Hello again. You are now on video number 3, your third and final video for your pre-workshop online coursework. So you're almost done. Alright, so for this video, what we're going to do is we are going to go over the main workshop objectives that we have for you for the online portion and for the face-to-face component, so the objectives for the workshop. And also we're going to explore the environmental education guides that you'll be receiving as part of the workshop. So first, we have 3 main objectives for you for the whole workshop. That includes everything that we're doing online and everything that we're going to do face-to-face. And the first main objective we've already somewhat covered in the prior video, and now you are all very much experts on because you've been through the PowerPoint that covers what is environmental education. And so that's our big first objective for you for the workshop, is that we want to really give you a good introduction to what environmental education is, which you got a lot of background information on in the previous video and the PowerPoint that you looked at. So again, environmental education, we're teaching kids how to think, not what to think. So helping them build those critical thinking skills and good decision-making processes so that when they're faced with an environmental issue or question or topic, they can come up with their own ideas and their own solutions. And so the other thing that's really important about environmental education is that it's really fun, it's hands-on, it's engaging, it's active learning, it's cross-curricular, all of those good things. And we'll actually be able to model those things for you during the face-to-face portion of the workshop. So that'll be a lot of fun because we'll get to actually dig in and get to model that. So the second main objective that we have for you as part of this workshop is that we want to get you really familiar with the different environmental education guides that you'll be receiving as part of the workshop and the activities from them. So the activities we're actually going to get to experience during the face-to-face portion, which brings in that hands-on, fun, engaging learning, because we're actually going to be getting to do the activities when we get to the face-to-face portion. But for today, what we're going to do for the video is we're actually going to look at the different guides so you can kind of get an idea of what they look like before you're even there, and I'll give you a little bit of background knowledge and an overview for each one, and then we'll look at an activity layout as well. So the first one that we're going to look at is Project Learning Tree. So I promise your copies will look much prettier than mine. Mine have been used. Yours will be brand new. But this is Project Learning Tree. So this guide covers lots of different things: trees, ecosystems, broad environmental education topics, conservation. This is a wonderful guide. We use this all the time in our workshops, and this is one that you'll be receiving. In our state, this guide is actually sponsored by the Kansas Forest Service, the National Project Learning Tree, and the Kansas Department of Health and Environment Bureaus of Air and Water. So this is Project Learning Tree. It's a wonderful guide, and you'll be receiving it. And I'll see if I can hold these two at the same time. You will also be receiving Project Wild and Project Wild Aquatic. So these 2 guides are sponsored by the Kansas Department of Wildlife Parks and Tourism, and they both focus on wildlife. This one, Project Wild, focuses on terrestrial wildlife, and then this one here, Wild Aquatic, focuses on all things having to do with aquatic wildlife. Again, these are fantastic guides full of activities, and we're excited to get these in your hands. Okay, so then the 4th activity guide that you'll be receiving is Project Wet. Project Wet is sponsored by the Kansas Department of Health and Environment Bureau of Water. So this is a wonderful activity guide as well. It covers all things related to water, whether that's water quality or water conservation. You're going to find that all in here. Project Wet stands for Water Education for Teachers. So what I think we'll do is we'll look at the activity layout from an activity in this book called Incredible Journey. And I won't flip through an activity layout for each one of the guides because they're all very, very similar. Each one of the books is written in a very similar format, so I'll show you one from here, and that'll be a good example for all of them. Okay, so we will flip to the page 155, which has Incredible Journey. So what you'll see on here is that in all these activities, no matter which book they're coming out of, have a very similar layout. You'll see that over here on the side, in this sidebar or side box, Each activity is going to have a sort of an at-a-glance section where you're going to get some basic information about the activity that you can look at first to see if this looks like something that you'd be interested in using. So it's going to talk about which grade level this might be appropriate to, the subject areas that you'll cover, duration, so time that it might take to do this, settings like indoor or outdoor, large space, small space, skills, charting the course is this section, and that actually lists other activities out of this same guide that go well with this activity and have a similar theme that covers similar topics, and then vocabulary at the bottom. So then throughout the rest of the activity layout, you're going to see a summary here, an objectives section, a materials section, which is really important that they put at the beginning, because that way you can kind of look at that and get an idea for what this is going to take to prep this activity before you even start. And then you'll also see, starting here and continuing on, that each activity, again, no matter which guide it's out of, is going to give you tons and tons and tons of background information. So that even if you're not maybe this activity is about the water cycle, and maybe you don't feel like you're super confident about teaching that, once you've read through the background information, you'll feel comfortable and confident enough to teach that activity to your kids. And then it's going to go through a warm-up to get the kids started thinking about what you're going to do, and then it literally walks you through step by step by step for how to do the activity with your kids. And then lastly, you're going to have wrap-up. Keep going, and you'll have reading connections, and you'll have assessment and extension connections as well. And then any worksheets or resource pages you'll find at the very back, just like this has. It's showing you how to make some of the cubes for the activities, and it's got all the resource pages for that. So that is Incredible Journey out of Project Wet. And again, all the activities have a very similar layout no matter which book they come from. So that gives you a good basic overview. All right, so our third objective for you for during the workshop, which again we kind of talked about a little bit in your prior video, is that we really want to make sure that we show you that environmental education is a tool to help you accomplish what it is you already are having to do in your classrooms and programs anyway with your kids. So it's not this extra big piece that we're saying, do this too. It's just something we want you to be able to use as a tool to complete what you already have to do. And again, it's fun, it's hands-on, it's engaging, and very active learning for the kids. So we're really excited to have you all in the workshop. Once you've completed this video, you will actually go back to the email again, and you'll click on the links there that are listed for video number 3. And once you've clicked through the links and completed, again, the very short assignment for video number 3, you will have completed your online pre-workshop coursework hours. So we're super excited to have you in the workshop and can't wait to meet you guys in person. So thank you so much, and we will see you soon. Bye-bye.